Good morning. I want to welcome you back to another episode of Stacey Says, and you can see I'm kind of in new surroundings today. I'm actually in my office because we've got a pretty serious topic to talk about today, and it's one that a couple people have asked questions about in the last couple of weeks, and it made me realize we need to take a time out for a minute and kind of focus on the how and the why low carb or keto diets work, and why, even more critically, it's so important not to cheat on them. Now, you've heard me say a couple of times, when you're sticking to program, it's chemically balanced, and people are like, okay, it's a keto program, it's a low carb program, paleo, whatever, it's chemically balanced. But what exactly does that mean? And it's I've become aware that people aren't necessarily familiar with exactly how and why this works in your body. So I want to give you kind of a real condensed version as to how these low carb keto style diets work, why they work, and why it's so important not to cheat, and what the chemistry is kind of behind it. Now, I'm not a physicist, I'm not a doctor, I don't play one on TV. I'm going to explain to you as I understand it in a real simple layman's terms. And the real easy way to describe it is this. Your body's a great, easy functioning system, right? Not an easy functioning system, but the way it functions is all very chemically based, and it's easy for your body to kind of understand what it needs to do to get the energy you need to move out and throughout the day. Now, we disrupt this with a keto diet by taking away some of the glycogen or the energy that's stored in your liver. Now, your body has 3 days worth of glycogen to live on, and you get that by sugar and carbohydrates and fat and different ways that it stores this energy in there. And then the rest of it is stored as excess fat. So first, when your body needs energy, it goes to what you have stored in your liver, and it takes it and it uses it. And then through simple or even complex carbohydrates, you wind up replenishing it back into your liver again. And it never goes out and touches your fat. The fat, like I said, is there on reserve. Now, what happens when you're on a low carb diet and you're not ingesting the carbs, so you're not filling up your liver fuel pump, you actually wind up depleting the glycogen and the reserves, if you will, that are in your liver. And then it goes to the next available source, because your body is an easy and efficient functioning system. It's like, all right, what have we got next? So it goes to the fat. And that's why you'll see people who are on a low carb diet or a ketogenic diet actually kind of start to melt, because truthfully, as gross as it sounds, you're using your energy stores and eating your own fat because it's got nothing else to take from your liver. Now, why is that important? It's important because as soon as you cheat, as soon as you eat those carbohydrates and put energy back into your liver, your body's like, oh, guess what? We've got fuel storage again. We don't need to eat the fat anymore. We're going to go take it from the liver. So when it does that, it takes that first, and it takes about 3 days for the average person to go back into that fat burning mode again. So simply by putting some simple carbohydrates or some glycogen back into your liver, you're going to set yourself back 3 days, and you have to ask yourself, is it really worth it? And the answer is no. If you're trying to lose weight, the last thing you want to do is really set yourself back. So be conscientious. It's not don't cheat. You shouldn't be eating that because you shouldn't be eating that. If you do that, it's going to totally screw up the chemistry in your body and totally defeat the purpose of what it is that you're trying to do. So I hope that makes sense. That's kind of the Reader's Digest, condensed version, if you will, of why it is these low carb programs work. Now, tomorrow I'm going to talk to you as to why it's so important to transition properly and to get out of the keto state or the ketosis state, which we're going to talk a little bit more about tomorrow as well, so that you don't put all the weight back on again. All right, got it? Don't cheat. Now you know why you're not supposed to cheat, and now you know why your low carb or your ketogenic diet is working. I hope that helps inspire you to really be conscientious about what you're putting in your mouth. So do pay attention what you are putting in. Get some great recipes at staceyhawkins.com. And of course, as always, I invite you to share this if you've got people who could really benefit from this kernel of information today. All right, guys, have a great afternoon. Rock it out there, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.